Steve Robbins here. Welcome to the Get It Done Guy's quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Get It Done Guy listener Cindy writes in, do you have any advice or tips on which communication method is most appropriate for a certain recipient and the given message? Cindy, this is an important question. Technology was supposed to make our lives easier, and it did. We had paper mail, and then we moved to telegraph, and then telephone, then cordless telephone. Everything was simple and logical, though a few way too self-important people had multiple phone numbers. Ha! As if they were that important. And then, in a mere 15 years, along came email, a dozen different instant messaging platforms, Skype, Vonage, cell phones, text messaging, BBM, yada, 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 yada. Suddenly, there are 24 ways to reach each of us. This actually isn't progress. This actually sucks. Not the least because different communication modalities communicate different things in different ways. Choosing which channel to use to contact someone can be a real trick. Use the right medium for the person. Different people have different ways they like to be contacted. Find out someone's favorite and use that whenever possible. Some people are writing-oriented people. Use email or text messages for them as they prefer that. Other people are listeners. For them, use voice and phone mail. Some people, sadly, are talkers. They also like phone, but only the part where they get to talk and talk and talk. For them, use email or learn to cut the conversation short so that you can get back to work. Use the right medium for the message. The more emotion is involved in the communication, the better it is to do it by phone or in person. You want as many senses involved in the conversation as possible. You see, even when a person has a preferred interaction style, the mode you use changes how you engage emotionally. Stanley Milgram did a famous series of experiments in which he had normal people, just like you, deliver fatal electric shocks to experimental subjects. They didn't actually deliver the shocks, of course. They just thought they did. Kind of like a good video game, only with real screams. Milgram found that when you're right next to someone, you're not very willing to shock them to death. When you can hear them and not see them, you're more willing. And when someone else is telling you about their screams, you're even more willing. I believe, and my experience bears this out, the more removed you are from someone in terms of your direct experience of them, the less empathy you'll have for them, and the less they'll have for you. Also, the more likely they'll be to deliver fatal electric shocks to you. This is why horrible bosses lay people off long distance by leaving sticky notes on people's desks saying, "You might want to take an unpaid vacation day today, forever." By doing their dirty work at a distance, it's much easier for them to collect their bonus and avoid the pesky emotions that get stirred up by seeing or hearing a laid-off employee weeping and howling in despair. If you have an emotional message to deliver, or you're trying to forge an emotional bond, do it in person or by phone. Email and instant message make it nearly impossible to manage the emotional side of a conversation. Writing is permanent. Not only does the medium affect the emotional connection, but the medium also affects the record of your interaction. Communication via status update, public bulletin board, or email stays around virtually forever, and it can even get indexed by search engines. Communication via instant message can still stick around on one or more computers depending upon the IM client being used. With phone and in-person communications, there's actual privacy legislation that may restrict what can be recorded or, if recorded, what can be used as legal evidence. If you're upset as you're writing an email, instant message, or status update, do not hit send. Wait. Calm down. Take some time. Go to a desert island. Sip a fruit-flavored beverage. Then, if you still want to deliver the message, pick up the phone and do it where it won't come back to haunt you later. We saw an example of this recently when sorority president Rebecca Martinson sent her sorority a scathing email using many naughty words. It went viral and she had to resign her sorority position. What happens in Vegas may stay in Vegas, but what happened in email did not stay in email. The happy ending is that Rebecca was offered a job as an online chat host with an adult website due to her girl-next-door looks and her unique use of vocabulary. Plus, actor Michael Shannon read the unbelievably offensive letter in a dramatic reading. These are guaranteed to have you glued to your seat. There are links in this episode's transcript, and those links are not safe for work. So here's how all of this affects your options. Instant messages. These are an interruption, but they're good for quick conversation. They stick around. Use them for discussing quick, real-time information that someone isn't going to need to refer to later on. Email is great for documents. It's permanent, easy to forward, it does leave a paper trail, and it can be saved for reference. Email is best for long explanations and, again, for reference material. Do not use it for emotional discussions. Phone is much faster than typing as long as you can refrain from too much social chit-chat. When an email discussion has more than 3 messages back and forth, save time by picking up the phone and calling. If you're discussing something emotional, call so that you can hear each other's voice tone. Very important. In-person meetings are best for highly emotional topics like performance evaluations, hiring, firing, breaking up, proposing marriage, giving feedback, and of course, complimenting a new outfit, no matter how you really feel about Lycra and Paisley on the same body. So the bottom line, Cindy, is that you need to choose the medium that seems right for your communication. If someone has a preferred way they like to interact, use that. But be willing to override that choice if necessary. Choose multi-sensory ways of interacting when you need to manage emotion and empathy, and choose text when you're giving information that may need to be referenced later on. That's why my book, Get It Done, Guys, 9 Steps to Work Less and Do More, is available in audiobook form for emotional impact and in written form for reference. So buy both of them. This is Steve Robbins. You can find this episode's transcript with links to videos and to my book at getitdone.quickanddirtytips.com. I help people lead extraordinary lives. For a free presentation on the topic, visit steverobbins.com/LEL. That's steverrobbins.com/LEL. Work less, do more, and have a great life.